Hello, my name is Jen, and I am a Guatemalan initiated daykeeper in the Mayan Cosmovision. Today, I want to share about the sacred relationship with the wisdom of the Nahuales and the Mayan wisdom in general. Mayan wisdom, cosmovision, and spirituality have survived for thousands of years. They are still alive despite the attempts to destroy them since the Spanish conquest centuries ago and the terrible crimes against the original people since then. Mayan elders have guarded this sacred wisdom, having witnessed what happens when it falls into the wrong hands. Many others have even lost their lives in preserving this wisdom, as sometimes it is still misunderstood. Part of what we generally know about the ancient Maya was left in codices, carved structures, sculptures, and artifacts. Scholars work on decoding what the Maya left, primarily approaching it from scientific, cultural, political, cosmological, astrological, and artistic perspectives. But that is just a part of all that it is. There is more than that. The spiritual wisdom that cannot be learned intellectually and has been passed down by elders generation after generation. We cannot fully absorb Mayan wisdom only through the logical mind. By learning to see beyond the unseen and feel beyond our five senses, we can truly begin to assimilate this multidimensional wisdom and remember from within what has been forgotten or guarded. Ancient knowledge is more accessible to people than before, and people are more drawn to the Mayan cosmovision. This is exciting, but it also has another side to consider. As a significant part of humanity lives in a fast food way of living and following trends, most people want things given to them as quickly as possible without delving deeply into them. Let me tell you that staying on the surface of the sacred is not connecting with its unlimited wisdom. One part of the Mayan cosmovision is the calendar system, and I want to emphasize that it's only one part of it. A calendar system refers to different calendars for different measurements and purposes that work together like gears on a clock. Some of these calendars are still in use, but not all of them. In Guatemala, the count of the days has continued without interruption since the beginning. And here, please note that there is a New Age calendar called the Dream Spell or 13 Moons created in the 1990s by the North American Jose Argüelles. This is not an authentic Mayan calendar and is not connected with Mayan tradition. It doesn't follow the original count and uses made-up names. Unfortunately, many people around the world follow it because it's widely available on the internet and they believe it to be original. So please be careful and not to fall into the misinformation trap. Okay, so now I will refer specifically to the wisdom of the energies called Nahuales in the Chulkij calendar of 260 days. This calendar is the most well-known and accessible of the Mayan calendars. This calendar helps us understand the relationship between humans and the entire cosmos, as well as the energies that have shaped the reality we're experiencing. It helps us reconnect with our unlimited essence and the essence in all. It can guide us personally and collectively, and it has many layers, more than we can understand right away. So this timeless wisdom cannot be fully integrated in a short time, like in a workshop or by only reading about the Nahuales in a book or in the internet. That will only help as an introduction. For a mental example, someone who learns to add, subtract, multiply, and divide is not yet a mathematician, right? That is just the beginning of understanding mathematics. It takes time, commitment, and self-discipline to achieve that. And yet, only a few brilliant minds will achieve great discoveries through mathematics in their lifetime work. So, diving into the core of Mayan wisdom is a path that may even take a lifetime, as it has many layers. Those unfold in their own time, depending on our personal inner journey. There is wisdom in the natural cycles of life, and that Cholgih helps us reconnect with this and respect them. Anakih, which is the proper name for a Mayan wisdom keeper or day keeper or Mayan spirituality guide, must undergo a period of learning, ceremonies, and energy transmissions with their teachers before being initiated. An Akih is initiated to be able to perform fire ceremonies, give consultations, readings, and cleansings, among many other things that can be specific to the gifts each one brings. And even after our initiation, we don't know everything about this wisdom. I can honestly say that there is still a lot I need to learn, experience, and integrate. Our initiation marks the beginning of our conscious path with the sacred energies. It is not the end of it. The initiation ceremony is seen as a marriage with our Nahual, or birth energy. We begin to strengthen our relationship with our Nahual and the sacred energies. Cycle after cycle, they reveal themselves to us, layer by layer. In each cycle, we learn something new. We activate our unique codes and gifts, deepen our understanding of truth, heal something, discover the subtle language of energy, and more. Deeper realities open, which is something very difficult to express in words. The sacred energies continue to initiate us in different ways, deepening our connection with them. Walking this path is a great responsibility. It is not something to be taken lightly. It requires a significant amount of inner work, self-inquiry, and transformation, something not everyone is willing to undertake. Sometimes we may also go through difficult tests or wake-up calls facing our deepest shadows. However, it depends on each akih how deeply they go in their own journey, as every journey is different. The Nahuales or Mayan signs are not to define our personality on a superficial level, label people, or find totem animals. The Nahuales are alive, and they are the energies of creation. They guide us to go beyond these things so we can remember our essence. But saying this doesn't mean that if you are not an initiated Akik, you cannot connect with the energy of the Nahuales or this ancient wisdom and tradition. That's not what I'm saying. What I want to express is that following this sacred calendar is a path of remembering, of healing, reconnecting, evolving, and even awakening. It is not a spiritual trend. For us, it is a way of living. As my teacher says, there are 7 ways to see something. That is why you may hear or read different perspectives about an Nahual. That perspective comes from the experience, understanding, inner work, and lineage of each akih. It is not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. This path requires us to explore various perspectives, integrate them, and ultimately transcend them. So if your heart resonates with this ancient wisdom and you want to connect with the Nahuales, you can begin by learning about them and reading about the energy of each day preferably written by an ahkih or a reliable source. Please use your discernment and follow your intuition. Many people are now offering Mayan readings and even Mayan ceremonies. Still, some of them don't work with the original Mayan calendars or are not properly initiated by an indigenous elder. Some people believe that completing a short online course is sufficient. But no, I am also aware that some people offer Mayan readings without even having visited Guatemala or met a Mayan elder before in their life. If you don't immerse yourself in a particular spirituality, culture, and its traditions, and experience them firsthand, how can you share about them? You will be only repeating what someone else says about them and may end up doing a disservice, even if you had good intentions. We leave specific work to the Ahkihaf, Mayan elders, and healers for many reasons. For example, you won't let just anyone without a medical license perform an open heart surgery on you, right? You will go and find a trusted and experienced surgeon for that. So why not do the same with other important things in your life? This ancient wisdom is sacred, and it is essential to honor and respect it, as well as the Mayan elders who have guarded it. So if you want to connect more deeply with the Nahuales, you can begin a relationship with each day's energy and let it guide you without making it mental. You can meditate with each Nahual so that it reveals itself to you and observe how it begins to manifest in your reality through synchronicities, messages from nature, dreams, and more. I invite you to learn to meditate and be present so that you can listen to your inner guidance and the wisdom of nature without letting the noise of your mind, of others, and the world outside confuse you. As you connect with the energy of the Nahuales, work on moving this wisdom from the mind to your heart center to feel it. Learn to feel, sense, and remember the language of energy instead of only staying with the intellectual meaning of things. This way, you will begin to experience these energies in yourself and integrate them. And if it feels like your life path and you're willing to accept the responsibility of walking it, sharing your gifts and this sacred wisdom with others, I invite you to consult with a Mayan elder about properly starting your journey of initiation. A Mayan elder will read the signs and synchronicities as this path calls or comes to us or has been reading since birth. It is not something to pursue like a goal. So, whatever your path may be, what unfolds for someone who dares to go deeper into their journey rather than staying only in the surface is highly transformative. It is something that cannot be fully expressed in words or thoughts. It can only be experienced. So I invite you not to remain on the surface of your path and go as deep as you can at your own pace. Mastery takes time. It may not be easy, but it's totally worth it. So thank you very much for your attention and your existence, and I wish you many blessings on your path. Till next time.